This is WPBF Eyewitness News 25.
A major change tonight in the way a product is marketed, and it just could save your family during a hurricane. Good evening, I'm Tom Donovan.
And I'm Tiffany Kenny. Thank you for joining us. The big story at 6, it is the height of hurricane season. The tropics are active. And today, a Florida-based grocery store chain is making changes to protect you during a storm. The changes are a direct result of an Eyewitness News 25 report on the dangers of emergency candles. Storm Center 25's Greg Padgett has been covering the story and joins us live with these significant changes. Greg?
Hi, Tiffany. Today, the CEO of Publix contacted us after hearing about the report in August on the dangers of emergency candles. The company says that they will now make some changes based on our recommendations in the interest of public safety.
Since Hurricane Hugo in 1989, when there was a peak of fire-related fatalities from candle use, emergency planners have been warning consumers against the dangers of using candles as a source for light. But in August, our cameras found emergency and disaster candles stocked in several retail and grocery stores in the area. We found boxes of the candles in stores like Winn-Dixie, Walmart, and Publix. After contacting each of the companies, 2 agreed to make immediate changes. Winn-Dixie agreed to pull the candles out of their hurricane displays and asked the distributor of the candles to remove the word emergency from the label. Walmart stores also agreed to ask the distributor to change the label of this large box of 4 candles, which we found in their stores. But a public spokesperson told us in August that they would continue to stock the candles in hurricane displays to give consumers a choice. But now Publix has decided to make a choice, and they have changed their policy.
You should see the candles were being removed out of the hurricane displays within the next few days.
Well, I think that this is a great change for the better. There's no way of telling how many lives it will save, but at least we're getting folks educated together, both the stores, Red Cross, and emergency management, to have people use the right things with safety in mind during disasters.
Again, the candles will be removed from the displays immediately at all Publix stores, hopefully sometime by the end of this week. The changes on the label, though, will be going to effect hopefully before the end of hurricane season.
Good evening. I'm Suzanne Stevens.
And I'm Tom Donovan. Thanks for joining us.
The big story at 11. If a tornado was headed for your children's school, would they be safe? A 4-month Eyewitness News investigation has revealed serious problems in schools throughout our area. Problems that force you to ask the question, is your child's school a disaster waiting to happen? WPBF Eyewitness News 25's weather specialist Greg Padgett is live in our weather center with details. Greg?
Well, Suzanne, we've been visiting schools, public and private, across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast for months, and we've uncovered some disturbing information in a number of them. We found many are not adequately prepared if severe weather strikes.
Over the last couple of years, Florida has been hammered by tornadoes. The worst outbreak in state history killed 42 people near Orlando just last year. Twisters can strike with little warning, and schools have been damaged by storms in the past. 20 years ago, a tornado nearly demolished this Tampa area school, killing 3 students, injuring several dozen others. Would our local schools know how to respond to such a threat? Our investigation found flaws in several school weather plans. 2 months ago, JFK Middle School was hit by a tornado. Several portables were damaged, but the storm hit the school over a weekend. What might have happened if school had been in session?
If we have notice, we have enough room to bring students in from the portable area to, for example, in the gym area, there's plenty of room. The cafeteria is, I believe, a designated site that we could use.
The gym and cafeteria may be safer than a portable, but the National Weather Service tells us these areas should be avoided during a storm.
You get people in large free-span roofs, the roofs come down, the windows blow in, it's a quite dangerous situation.
Despite that warning, we've discovered other schools also have used cafeterias for shelter. Just last week, a tornado was reported not far from Coral Sunset Elementary in Boca Raton. Students were moved from the school's portables into the cafeteria. These students are 4th graders at the school.
Do you think that's a safe place to be?
No, because there's windows surrounded by us.
The cafeteria has windows all around it?
Yeah. And if the tornado came and we didn't have no clue, it would have got on people and we would have got, like, severely injured.
Spanish River High School was also in the potential path of that same tornado. We were here at the time of that warning, and we were shocked at what we found.
Administrators took over an hour to secure the students, moving them from one location to the next. The school had no weather alert radio. And the principal used old and inaccurate information, telling students and teachers to open windows and doors if the storm approached.
You think this is a little bit outdated?
I'll have to check to see if we have anything more outdated, but this is evidently what some the schools have also. So it may be that they've never updated this plan.
But what about how long it took the school to secure the students?
I think when you're dealing with that many teachers and students, it's going to take you some time.
In your opinion, an hour to respond to a tornado, is that too long?
That's way too long. Unfortunately, tornadoes, especially those here in Palm Beach County, are relatively quick-lived events.
Is Spanish River High School an exception, or is a lack of severe weather preparedness a widespread problem in Palm Beach County schools? We asked the school district's safety coordinator.
I think that overall the schools are very diligent when they get these notices in making sure that they've covered the appropriate responses. And they're very concerned, and many times we'll get calls back from those schools that are in areas for further questions.
Any calls from Spanish River after last week?
No.
Do you know the last time that school had a tornado drill?
No, I don't.
It's been over 12 years.
It's interesting to note, though the school district has no drill requirements, after we started asking questions, this memo was issued drawing attention to Tornado Awareness Week. The memo states, we encourage all schools to participate or pick an alternate date.
This is a drill, repeating, this is a drill.
Some schools did participate in a drill this week, including Belvedere Elementary, which changed a few things in its plan after we made some recommendations. In an earlier visit to the school, we found 2 basement rooms were not being used. But we found that all changed this week when we were invited back to watch their drill in action.
Get down. By you coming out, it made me take even a closer look at my plan, and I wish all schools could have the opportunity.
Unfortunately, not every school in Palm Beach County decided to participate in Wednesday's statewide drill. Remember the problems at Spanish River High School? In a written statement, Palm Beach County School District spokesperson Nat Harrington told us Spanish River conducted a drill on the designated day on February 24th, 1999 to give students additional practice of the plan. But a source tells Eyewitness News no drill was conducted. We've also discovered the school district continues to distribute outdated information to its schools. Just last Friday, a school whose identity we will not reveal to protect our source received this memo listing tips on how to respond to a tornado warning. The memo instructed school officials that windows and doors should be closed except for the leeward side.
I don't believe that's the appropriate response at this time. It used to be something they tell you.
Right, but it's changed.
It's changed.
So obviously there's a need for that plan to be updated.
Yes.
Concerned with what our investigation has discovered, we requested an interview with Palm Beach County School Superintendent Dr. Joan Cole. Though she would not sit down with us for an on-camera interview, she did respond with this written statement. Providing safe conditions for our students is a top priority of this school district. It is reassuring to know that Channel 25 shares our concern for student safety. We are in the process of reviewing our emergency procedures and practices. To the extent your reporting can help us be better prepared, we are grateful.
Now, despite the superintendent's positive response, we continue to find problems. The school district sent us this list of schools that participated in this week's statewide tornado drill, but we found at least 2 schools on this list where no drill occurred.